All right. So you managed to uh, get you a top tier certified female. Look wise, we gonna say you got that seven. Um, in a tier where she's gonna be in a tier where she gets a significant amount of attention from men, and you manage to capture her attention and keeping her attention engaged with you, right? You start talking, y'all hanging out. She vibing you. She like your character. She like your swag, personality, all of this. Um, and you get comfortable. You even smashing at this point. You get comfortable. You get comfortable in the sense that you feel if you're to the point of smashing, she must have you at the top pecking order. It's not true. A lot of guys have reached that same level of where you've gotten to with her. They done hung out. You might have smashed on the third date, like how a lot of these guys would try to be able to push to be able to do. You smash by the third date. She giving you heavy attention. But the one thing you don't realize is her internal pattern, right? Women have internal patterns, and very rarely will you see one behavior that is only done one time. Humans are pattern, we work off patterns. So very rarely will a person do one thing one time. You get a false sense of security thinking the chick is all yours and all into you because you ran your little game and you feel like, damn, I'm moving fast with this. I got her open, she calling me, all of this. But this has been the same play out with males before you. They didn't smash too. They didn't went through the same thing. She didn't did the same thing with them, right? So she engages in repetitive behavior in which you can misrepresent to think it means that she's fully bought in. Like you got her, you didn't bag her. But that ain't it, bro. And the reason being is because every female, like I always say, they're gonna test you. And part of that test is they're gonna deliberately act up. They're gonna deliberately disrespect you. They're gonna deliberately um, go against whatever it is that you are trying to push to bring y'all closer. They're gonna resist that. They're gonna fight against it. They're gonna want to put on a behavior that they've done with other guys that has either pushed the dudes away, submitted them dudes to her beauty, right? Or caused those guys to not be in control of their emotions with her. All of these tests are relevant because it shows what level she's going to value you at. Good dick don't keep a female. You can sling all the pipe in the world, man. That's not going to keep her. That's not going to give her no respect, though. Right? The main important respect you get is when you unshakable to a female, when you unmovable, especially emotionally. When she do these things, you don't flinch, you don't react, you don't give her that emotional fuel that she needs to feed off. And again, I always say that boxes you in a category when she see you react that way. But reason why I sell it is because the tests are coming. And if you are too emotionally invested into her because you're like, damn, I finally bagged this bad chick. You know, she fine as hell. Solid 7.5, 8 when she clean up. Most guys are gonna compromise in a way that she expects them to. The moment you compromise from any bad behavior, from any type of disruptive princess treatment behavior, you just lost. You have just fucked yourself in that power dynamic. It's always going to be a power dynamic between you and a woman when you meet them. You just lost that power dynamic. Why? Because you didn't reserve the very core, key, powerful element that you can use. And that's to just straight walk the fuck away. Don't see a lot of y'all try to argue back and forth with the woman. You know, you going to explaining why you don't deal with that or why you walked away. She know why the fuck you walked away. She know why the fuck you left her alone. She know this. She know her behavior was out of pocket. She knows she deserved to be left. She deserved for you to say, fuck this, I'm out. Why are you out? I don't tolerate that. And that's just that. I'm not going into no details. I'm not going into no explanations. I'm not giving you no reasoning behind it. You know why. They already know why. But when you sit up there and you try to explain yourself, you try to push and emphasize why her behavior is not right, and the type of man you are and what you don't tolerate, you're making yourself look weak. She gonna respect the man that says, you know what, I don't deal with this, and I'm not gonna deal with it. And you walk the fuck on. You don't owe her a dissertation on her behavior and why you disapprove of it. You just move on. She'll respect that. Either she gonna come back, reshape her behavior and get in line for you, or she gonna move on. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay if that's how the dynamic plays on and she walks away too. You have to be 100% completely fine with that mentally and emotionally. You have to check your ego and say, that's cool. But I'm not going to allow you to emotionally manipulate me like all the other men you've done before. That's all it is. Because if you stay and you put up with it, she already knows the type of male you are and how to formulate a character that's going to always keep you walking on eggshells, going to always keep you frustrated and guessing with her, unpredictable, right? And she's going to create an emotional bond that you find hard to leave alone and get rid of, which is going to play right into her position in her hands of control. This is the thing that the main thing that this message is: the moment you see some fuck shit behavior out of a female, some behavior that's indicative of her testing your manhood, of her testing your emotional temperament, don't even engage. Call it out and walk the fuck off. Now, you can still leave the door open, but now you have a whole nother temperament and way that you deal with her. Now she's got to come back skipping to your beat. And that's only if you have the power to sustain her influence. If you don't, the power dynamic and the leverage is still on her side. It is. And most guys are too afraid to do that because they like, damn, all the work I put in to get this female, to get her to giving me the time that I wanted. And now I got a decision to make to cut her off. After I put in all this work, they know this. They know, and they lean on exactly that same factor that you would not be willing to give and let go after all the work she put you under the illusion that you were working towards to have her. The biggest trick these women be running, man, half the time they already like you. You didn't already won. But they play it off as though you're working towards liking them and them opening up. They just ration out how much of their emotional involvement and attention they give to you so that they give you something to psychologically feel like you're working towards getting or capturing. And that makes you feel like you've accomplished something. And when you feel like you've accomplished something and you won something over, you are possessive and territorial. You don't want to let that go. And they know that. That's when they start acting a fool with you. That's when they start getting disrespectful. Because now that he's worked so hard for it, is he willing to just let it go? If he is, I know he's got self-respect for himself. I know he is moving in manly energy. If he's not, he's just like all the other suckers. He's really a simp disguised as an alpha male. Anyway, man, fellas, pay attention, man. Don't be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to let go of something. That's a power move that you can exercise anytime you see something going wrong to where you know they're trying to sway the leverage against you. So next time, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.